Well, we're back. DM Debrief on location. We're in with our newest PC here, Emily, playing Åthedræl, the Tsåshek. Well, they don't know who you are at the table yet, so we'll leave your class.
Yeah.
I think we may have said it at some point during the session, but if you missed it in the last session, the Battle of Nerhtan, episode 10, right? Yeah, I think we're on it. Yeah, episode 10. Yes, because it was 9.5, 10. Mm-hmm. Episode 10, then you'll just be in suspense with the rest of us as to what her class is. But it's a good one.
I think so. I'm fond of it.
It's a fun one. Yeah, we've worked on getting this character up and running, which is, jumping in the middle of campaign is always difficult. So this episode here is going to provide you a bit of backstory into her to help sort of pave the way for her to be introduced to the audience, I guess.
Yes.
But she is a Tsåshek in Nerhtan, which is already a little bit odd, right? It's a little bit. I sort of spoiled this. We didn't know that you were going to be joining at the time, but in episode 9.5, they meet at Tsåshek.
Oh.
Am
I the second Tsåshek?
Yeah, so you are. You're the second Tsåshek of the campaign. But the problem is,
number one.
I rolled. Well, the problem is, I rolled for the rarity of the book keeps race, and it was like very rare. So I'm like, well, I guess I got to do Tsåshek for that, because it's like if you're going to be a rare race, that's what it is. So unfortunately, you're the second Tsåshek they've met. The
rarity is quickly dwindling.
Yeah, and since you live in a little enclave of Tsåshek in Nerhtan, well, they'll meet more Tsåshek now than they ever have in their lives.
Yeah, and then the Tsåshek will just vanish. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe they all died. Maybe they all died in the fight, and we just don't know it yet. Start picking through the bodies and find all these little scaly people.
It's awful.
Yeah.
You can't joke like that.
But why don't you tell us a little bit about Åthedræl?
Okay. Yeah. Åthedræl is the oldest of three.
She's holding the backstory I gave her right before we started recording. I let her read through it once.
Just once.
I let her read through it once, so she's going to have... we intend, maybe she has some questions for me about that to help clarify different things. But anyway, sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're fine. Åthedræl is the oldest of three siblings. She acts like an eldest with them, mothers them, but also kind of keeps the responsibilities of the shop because her family, being a small group of Tsåshek in the town, they run a store for the birthright process. Yep.
The Tsåshek birthright, which I think we've tangentially mentioned a couple times, just because I think it's a cool lore point, is that Tsåshek are created through a ritual that involves getting a gemstone and then putting it in like this. There's like a thing called a colomb, which is like a sort of fire bowl that has a claw that holds it in place.
I just picture, those table and chair legs that are holding a glass marble. Yeah, I just picture that.
Yeah, and then it slowly grows as they wrap around it strips of their what I call it, the holy orders, I think, something like that.
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't know if I should.
I think I put it in there, but I had to look it up myself.
Yeah,
it's something like the holy orders, I think it's the holy orders. And you have to you paper mache around this gem seed with the parchment from the holy orders, made with the mache part is you mix your blood with some soil from the far shores.
Nothing's like some blood magic.
Yeah, literally it is a sort of blood magic. And after a period of indeterminate amount of time, because I haven't said it, you hopefully get yourself a little hatchling. Doesn't work all the time.
So I guess that was a part of it. You mentioned in my backstory empty shells, so the gemstone will become hollow, or does it remain a dull?
So once you've finished your ritual period, you then, instead of making the claw and the cologne increase with size, you actually tighten it a little bit, and it sort of pierces the outside of the shell, and the flame that had been in the bowl, coming out of the briquette that has some sort of name. I named everything in this like process, from like the Laffy Taffy that you cure into little charcoal briquettes, little Tetha flower, which is involved in it somehow, the Nerhtan tree.
Every word went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah,
I'm already bad with names. So
don't worry about it. I totally forgotten I made up that many names until I read back through. I'm like, geez Louise, there's a lot of vocabulary in here. But then, so you sort of crunch into your paper mache egg, and like the flames shoot into it.
Yes.
And it's like, it sort of...
Which you
looks like a magical
revised thing. Here. Not revised, that's not the word. But reiterated.
Recapitulated. Yeah, it's a little bit of a riff on it in there.
Yeah.
And
not as detailed.
And then you like crack open the egg, and hopefully there's a baby in there.
Or it's empty.
Or it's empty, and like you're like,
full of sadness.
Yeah, that's so sad for you. And the answer is that that was very sad, because each Tsåshek is made for a purpose. There's like a lot of religious reasons. The Tsåshek are maybe, as a collective, the most religious group, aside from the Rulon Veneer. The Rulon Veneer are obviously the most religious, because otherwise, why be a Rulon Veneer? But you've sequestered yourself on an island. They're a giant cult, all right? Let's be honest about it. They're a giant cult. They indoctrinate all of their children. They strip them away from their own families.
That's sad.
Well, it's their culture.
Cults in real life are sad. When's the culture become a cult, or vice versa?
When does a subculture become a cult? Normally, it's when you start like sequestering them away from their loved ones and try to steal money from them. Like take advantage of them.
It's a tangent.
Yeah.
Getting on a tangent.
Yeah. But what your question was about that. Yeah. So sometimes if you'll crunch into it and it'll just be empty, and you've lost both the gem seed and
obviously not reusable.
Yeah, not reusable. That gem seed, it's called, I think I call it a couple of different things. I think gem seed is the one I settled on the most, because I like that as an idea. But a question that you asked over text was like, how do you know what type of breath weapon you're going to get?
Oh, yes.
You asked if
what determines that? Is it the parents at all?
Right. So it is not biological, because there is no actual biological inheritance, right, between parents and child.
Right.
Unless you consider the blood, but it's obviously not like a true biological process. It's literally like a holy ritual.
Yes.
So it is actually determined by the gem seed, as I said in our text message. But it's not a surefire thing. So you can't just say here, I'm going to use a ruby, I'm going to get fire breath. Not necessarily 1-to-1 on that. Yeah. It's sort of like these tend to be here. It's like you get a Venn diagram, a pie chart of what you could get out of this one. But there's always an option to get one of the 6 breath weapon types.
Yeah.
It's just you get a high proportion from here. And the gem seed is reflected in the eye color of the Tsåshek after they're done.
Good to know.
So I think you've got... Do you have green eyes? Is these Åthedræl green eyes or purple eyes?
I thought it was purple.
So I'm trying to...
I'm fairly sure. I very decisively picked purple because I like purple.
And because you wanted to get that plumage, that purple plumage.
I know. I'm very excited to get her.
Oh, yeah. Her
drawn up officially. I've sketched her. But...
We put a lot of work into finagling the character model system to get her to have a feather mane.
And we
did
abused the system for sure. Now, I wish there was a actual sculpting tool, which would change the whole game. That would just have to be just taken into Blender. But where you could erase something from their model. Because, whenever you're fandangling, things are sticking out in weird places. But we made it work.
We made it work.
We made it work.
Yeah, we'll see her at the table soonish. we're hoping that we get that resin printer working. We do have the resin printer working through Sam's options.
Yes.
And it prints real good. It prints real good. So maybe we do that and give it over to our local mini painter, Wade, and maybe we can get
Maybe I want to stab at it. No, I'd mess it up.
Let's not have your first go be your main character model.
That's true.
Maybe your character model V2 we can do when we start mass producing the coins. Maybe you can start with just doing some coins first and get your
yes, apprentice style. Got it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the long and short of it. Mostly the long of it for the Tsåshek birthright. Other than maybe someday I'm going to do in a DM Lore Goblin live. I'll read through the whole Tsåshek birthright. I've done that with a couple other things.
With flashcards.
With flashcards.
With images.
In the book, whenever I have a vocabulary, I've been putting together the index for the book.
Yes.
And oh my word, like it's so much.
Are you putting the phonetic pronunciation?
I do that for every single word.
Good. I need that.
Yeah.
I need that for English.
Now the problem is there's like a ton of letters in there. Sorry, I thought that wasn't recording, but we're good.
That would have been sad.
I keep discovering that I've invented phonetic combinations and need to come up with a way to describe them, and that's always very difficult.
Yikes.
And then finding the new letter variant that I'm going to use to signify that you need to make this sound. But if it's ever too difficult, I also put the alternate pronunciation of what everyone actually says.
Right.
Like Feblicin, you just say Feblicin, right? But technically, it should be Feblicin.
Oh.
Which is like really pretentious and dumb.
And flabby.
Yeah, well, that's what their language is like. It's onomatopoetic and there's like a lot of and they have two different K sounds. They have a K and a K, which is so subtle that it's really dumb.
True.
But it's true.
It's true.
That's why.
Even English, there's.
Yeah.
Very
anyway,
particular.
we don't need to get. This is not a Lore Goblin live. I don't need to be doing that. I was just saying that for part 1 of the book, there's like 350 things in the index, and I just like it's taking me forever to put it together.
You just need an additional mini dictionary.
That's what it is. That's what the index is. It just is so many different things.
Not attached to the book. It just needs to be
a supplemental. Like here's a supplemental guide.
It's part of the purchase.
Yeah. Or like that's how you get the full purchase. Like the deluxe has the no. I'm gonna.
Otherwise, you're just suffering.
I would include it in the book if it ever gets published. But back to Åthedræl.
Yes.
Back to Åthedræl. Oldest of 3. Parents made their way to Nerhtan. How much do you want to say about why they're in Nerhtan? Because we can leave it. What we can say, I think, because this would be public knowledge, that they are an officially recognized enclave in Nerhtan at this point in time, meaning that they have that the Kingdom of the Kratanel with the Ulsvak Kingdom, the Tsåshek Council, there are governors in the Tsåshek Council that help govern the kingdom, and they actually have a governor who is over their enclave in Nerhtan at this point. So that's sort of public knowledge.
Yeah. They, after the big war and the diseases.
Incursion of the Far Shores.
Yes.
And the Plague of the Expanse.
Yes. They fleed. They fleed. And, ended up there. Is really kind of the short and sweet of it. They just ended up running off and decided to make camp here and make their own town. In a way, inside the town. The town was already there. Yeah,
Nerhtan was already an
their
important
own
place.
Community, their own.
Yes, and the canal was already completed by the time they got there. So it was Nerhtan was certainly a very important place by that point. And it's always important, but it's made being on the capital side of the Nerhtan. Nope, the Peller. The Peller is the name of the canal. Made them. So there's like 3 big cities in the Patpack, basically. There's Rezhlas Rekhold, which was a big city. Surprise, surprise, everyone's dead now. And then there's Nerhtan on the capital side, and then Woyar, I believe, is the name. Well, that's the name of the inlet. I don't know if I actually named the city, but there's a city on the far side of the Patpakin. It's the Woyar Inlet. Wojar for those keeping track at home. Woyar. So like it's Biolan, right? Biolan. Oh no, it's just becoming Tukta all the time now. Anyway. Yes, so they made it there. Did you have any questions after reading through it for me?
And I mean, I felt like I asked just on like typing errors mainly.
Yeah. This is.
I don't know how much of her backstory we're revealing. I guess
it's up to you. Like, did you any bits that I dropped in that you're like, I need clarification on this?
Oh yes.
Because I wrote through it rather quickly.
I mean, unless I missed something more about her parents getting to where they are, but it sounded pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a romantic. I thought some things were really sweet and fun and dramatic about it. Like, what was her grandparents were already bonded pairs. And their parents, because of the plague and just the low fertility, fertility, but
no, that's right.
Low fertility and low mortality rate.
Yeah. Not only did the hatch rate go down after the plague, the infant mortality went up.
Yes.
So the Tsåshek are weird. Okay, the Tsåshek are weird. They become physically mature at the age of 3, and then sort of like mentally mature later. So there's a character in the book that he grew up amongst people and no Tsåshek. So he was looked like he was 18 years old, like this 6'2", but he was like a toddler brain wise.
Okay, I guess that's not something I picked up on when what you've been telling me. So that would make sense of her nieces and nephews, because her siblings have found bonded pairs, mates, partners, whichever one.
I haven't really settled on a good name for that. Like there's there's the what is it? It's the Larakesh and Waratoth, I think, were the two.
Yeah, depending on their roles.
Meaning male or female equivalents, because they don't really have biological genders, because they don't do that sort of stuff. They're weird, automaton robot fighting machines made out of scales and flesh. Is kind of what they are.
Grown from stones.
Grown from stones. They're
stones
weird
and blood.
Yeah, okay, they're kind of like golems in that way, right? Like they're like just weird, but not really, because they do bleed and you can chop off their arm and it doesn't grow back. They aren't like geckos.
Sad day.
Yeah,
well, that's boring. You should have had it growing back.
Gameplay wise, that's way too OP. Like you already have a breath weapon and dark and umber sight. Like I can't also give you regenerative limbs. Like that's way too
coward. No.
Way too powerful.
Goodness, what were we on though? About that. Her siblings.
Yeah.
Nieces.
Yes, nieces and nephews.
nephews.
Which will probably change because that's. But I put nieces and nephews in parentheses.
Yes, we've not.
It basically means in need of name. I got to figure out what to actually call them. Like, do you call them your siblings if you're Tsåshek? I know that their generations are called cohorts. I've come up with that. They track.
So they're all siblings.
They're all.
We are all.
They're all companions in that way. But the Tsåshek are cool because they've got that 3-year thing where they go whoop, and they get big real quick.
Okay, but I didn't know mentally they were still.
That's why. That's why they've got the 6 stages, right? That was something I came up with as I was helping you with your characters. That they've got the 6 stages, that each one being 12 years. Because not only do they get mature quick, they then get old quick at a certain point. They hit this. There's this weird curve that goes they're fine, they get old and it levels off, and then they get old again. So there's 6 stages of 12 years. I think it was train, fight, lead, rear, teach. And then the last one, I was like, I don't know what the last one is. It's like not worship necessarily. I think I put it as revere or something.
Oh, I thought you put in a word that I didn't recognize, so I kind of just went, whoop.
No, all those were like, those have not had their Tsåshek name created. So like there'll be a Tsåshek name for the train stage where you're 0 to 12, and then from 13 to 24 you're a fighter. Because the Tsåshek were created to fight in the war in the far shores. Like that was why they even exist at all.
But now it's all changing. It's all changed.
Yeah, you
by that.
You basically don't even know what to do. Like it's peaceful here.
Totally.
Whoa, just a moment, please. Just a moment, please. We have people come in. All right, let's wrap this up real quick. Is it? I guess it is. I guess it is time. Any other questions before we go?
I mean, plenty, but we'll meet back here and
we'll be back
talk
here.
about it again.
Probably won't
soon.
have many extra questions for you unless I kill all your family during the battle. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that later on. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe or whatever. This is a DM Debrief and sayonara.
Au revoir. I don't think that's how you say that word.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Au revoir.